Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Paul, and I like to cover things that I'm curious about and things that I have already researched I like to talk about here on this channel. So I wanted to talk about something today that I got from the scriptures, and it was kind of just an interesting idea when I played it out across multiple categories, if you will. And so the thought here is things are not as what they appear, okay? And I get this from the fact that according to the scriptures, Jesus has already conquered death. Jesus has already conquered evil. Yet we live in the present reality of evil and death. So there is this idea that the Bible is saying it has been done. God is in control. He has won. Yet we are watching the seeming opposite take place every single day, whether it be evil, whether it be death, destruction, etc. And so we're supposed to live in this faith of it has been accomplished, and so we live from the victory that we see in the scriptures, even though our present realities still show a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. And so then I was just thinking about this. I was like, what if I take that and expand that, not just from the spiritual world, but just like across different areas of life. And so then I was thinking about, I was like, what other areas are there that they seem to be normal? But because I haven't heard a different point of view, I don't know what they would be otherwise. Let me give you an example with just one. Economics is the main, I guess you could say, paradigm shift I had in this past year, studying our financial system, studying what fiat currency is versus what real money is, and just understanding I had never, ever, ever thought about what I learned until I began to question some of the basics of just what runs our economy, what runs the world economy, who controls money and whatnot, which also led me to a new insight with that verse on the love of money is the root of all evil, but that's a separate video. But essentially I just got to asking, and like once I started asking those questions, I realized things were not what they seem at all, even in the economic standpoint. So then that started leading me into the health industry, which is kind of what I'm studying right now. But I think it would just be a really beneficial thing, and this is why I'm recording this video, to ask yourself. You will not know the answer right away, by the way. Sometimes you don't even know the right question to ask, but it's still helpful to ask. What are things that I take for granted as being normal? And then whatever answers you come up with in terms of what is normal to you, just question, is that how it should be? And is there anything else besides that? Okay, so anything that you consider, that you respond back to yourself when you ask yourself that question, what do I think of as normal? Ask, why is it like this? Why is it like this? Sometimes you may get the answer that leads you right back to why things are the way they are. And, you kind of just move forward and you go, okay, that makes sense. Other times, such in the case that I just said, you get mind blown and you realize that you've been blinded and you had a mask on the whole time, and what you thought was money wasn't really money, right? At least that was my case. So I thought this was an interesting perspective that, again, I gleaned from the scriptures, and that I was like, okay, in the spiritual realm, we hear God is victorious. It has already been won. So like past tense, like it's already won, yet we see evil playing out, just in different industries, in different areas of life. Ask yourself these questions. In economics, in health, in the spiritual realm, in politics, in media, anything that you can do, ask yourself this question. And I guarantee you that curiosity is going to at least lead you to a deeper understanding of the way the world works. It doesn't matter what industry you choose to pick this with. When you research that and ask yourself, is there a different point of view? Is there a different way of understanding things? Have things always been this way? It's considered normal now. Has it always been like this? When you ask yourself those questions, at bare minimum, you may not change your mind, but you will at least have a different understanding. And at maximum, you will have a complete paradigm shift and you will see things in a completely different light. And I feel like, at least going back to the spiritual terminology, we would say, I can now see. I was once blind, I can now see. And that was in the spiritual sense. But you'll start saying this in a lot of other categories as well. So, with that being said, let me know your comments below on this video. I am curious to see, have you asked this before? And if so, what have you researched because of it? What industry have you looked into? What area of life have you looked into because of it? And has that changed anything? Yeah, I'm very curious to hear that. Okay. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.